Okay, so welcome to game week 2 of TSL season 1. So, as you have all played the first week already, so I'll not go with the rules much since most of you know it. So, we'll just start since we are running a bit late. Right, so we have Aabhaas on seat 1, we have Debanjan on seat 2, we have Pravin on seat 3. Okay, folks, all the best. So, first, it's for Aabhaas actually.
Sports one.
Right. In professional team sports, there are many instances of a new entity being set up to replace the same club that has failed in business terms, in a way resurrecting itself. What are such clubs called, named after a mythical creature?
Phoenix.
Absolutely. These are called the Phoenix clubs. Okay, we'll move to the Debanjan.
Art one.
Hard one for you. Buzz is a 2025 documentary focusing on the life of one Eric D'Souza, one of the most famous people in his field in India. Speaking of the perception people have about the pain inflicted in the process of creating the kind of art that he is known for, he says that they don't hurt. The pain you feel depends on the weight of the machine. A good artist transfers the weight onto himself. What is Eric's profession?
Tattoo artist.
Perfect. So is one of India's most famous tattoo artists. Okay, see, it's Pravin's direct now.
Geography one.
Geography 1. Here's your question. The highest point of Antigua and Barbuda, Boggy Pig, was renamed after a person of color in 2009 to celebrate the great political achievement in another country. The name was changed back to the original one in 2016. What was the peak called between 2009 to 2016?
Obama.
Perfect. It's called the Obama pick. Okay.
Yeah. My laptop got
Yeah,
started just, yeah. Thank you.
great. Yeah, your top.
Yeah. Science one.
Science is one. Recently deceased Indian astrophysicist Jayant Narlikar reminisced about his Cambridge University days in a blog post a few years back. He talked about a table tennis tournament organized by the Royal Greenwich Observatory, which he won. Which junior of his did he defeat in the finals before the juniors started suffering from muscular atrophy?
Stephen Hawking.
It's indeed Stephen Hawking. So, great bit of anecdote there. Okay, Banjan, you're direct.
Music one.
Music one, the new topic. Which singer-songwriter style is mimicked in this reel? I'll play a video.
Is the first line of the verse and another line of the verse and the last line of the verse for the title of the song.
Okay, so I want a singer-songwriter.
Dylan.
Dylan is correct. So I'll suggest you guys check his other videos. It's quite funny. Right, back to Praveen.
History civics.
This item, made from a variety of cane called Nagara Betha, originally belonged to noted Kannada poet M. Govind Pai. Pai gifted this to his social reformer friend Kaka Kalekar, who in turn gifted this to someone in the 1920s and went on to assist him in his long march in 1930. Best associated with the final owner, what item is being talked about? I need the owner and the item both. The last owner.
Gandhi's walking stick.
Perfect. So, how he got the stick was
Could have
used
answered as
Dandi marks.
you could have said Dunda at Dundee.
Chanda.
Nice iteration there. Okay, back to Avash.
DNN.
Media net.
One.
One.
Mhm.
Yeah. Vitalik Buterin, the crypto entrepreneur and founder of Ethereum, donated 10 million Thai baht to Khao Kyo Open Zoo in December 2024 to adopt which internet sensation whose name means bouncy pig in the native language?
Mooding.
Absolutely. So it's the viral pygmy hippo from that Thai zoo. Okay, that goes back to the Debanjan.
R2.
R2. The Blank Needle is a software package designed for single cell analysis. Its name draws inspiration from an artist's painting technique, symbolizing how the software integrates data from individual cells to uncover larger patterns and relationships. Which 19th century painter lays his name to this needle? I'll show you an image. Okay, so which painter is this?
Sura.
Perfect. This is Sura. Good answer there. Goes back to Pravin.
Lit 1.
Lit 1. Right here. Which literary work with two contradictory words in its title inspired this series of paintings by Vaishmin? Here
War
is
and
the visual for
Peace.
you. Perfect. Not wasting time. This is War and Peace. Right. Back to Aabhaas.
Movies 1 is
It is
promising,
movies
but
one, but is not audible.
Movies were
Yeah.
yeah, no,
Perfect.
it's audible.
Okay. This one.
audible. Testing.
Yeah. Yeah. Perfect. The new Mission Impossible poster pays homage to which classic movie from 1959? Here's the
North by North.
poster.
North by Northwest.
Absolutely. So this is Hitchcock's North by Northwest. It's the famous crop duster scene. Okay, back to the banner.
Lifestyle Culture 1.
Lifestyle Culture 1. In light of the recent Operation Sindoor, a few shops in the Indian city of Jaipur replaced a part of this sweet's name to Shri. In order to show patriotism, what three-letter word originally derived from the Kannada word for sweet syrup did they replace? This is the
Pak.
visual.
Pak.
Yeah, that's correct.
Mm.
One of the bizarre things that keep on happening. Okay, back to Pravin.
Okay. History 2.
History 2. Let's see. Princess Sita Devi of Pithapuram led a glamorous lifestyle and is famous for her controversial romance with the Maharaja of Baroda, which subsequently led to their marriage in 1943. After Sita Devi dissolved her first by converting to Islam. All of this led to her being called the Indian blank blank. Which contemporary from the West was she compared to?
Oh, okay. Wallace Simpson.
Absolutely. So, Cindy Wallace Simpson, whose marriage to the king led to a constitutional crisis.
Sports 2. Sports 2.
Sports too. Things Are Looking Up is a 1935 British musical comedy film that marks the debut for Vivian Leigh, who played the role of Madame Bombardier, the world champion who would contest a tennis match against the lead character of the film. So, visual from very old film.
Susan Longland.
Absolutely. So, this is Susan Longley, the earliest champions women's tennis. Right, back to the Debanjan now. Yeah, you pick now.
Yeah, I'll take Literature 2.
Literature 2. After the Fall is a 1964 play by an American dramatist where the plot takes place inside the mind of Quentin, whose second wife Maggie, a popular entertainer, turns neurotic and commits suicide. Criticized heavily for being inspired by the real life of the author. Who was the inspiration behind the character of Maggie? 10 seconds.
Sylvia Plath.
Not Sylvia Plath. Pravin?
Marilyn Monroe.
Monroe is correct. So this is Arthur Miller. Right. Goes back to Pravin.
Science 2.
Science is 2. Right. So Zoos Victoria began a conservation project in 2023 to preserve the Victorian grassland earless dragon as well as sequence its genome. Which organization in news this year did they collaborate with for this project? A few months back, they named their biggest achievements after the twin brothers who had founded a city and the mother of dragons. Ten seconds.
I'll just say the Vatican Church.
Not quite. Aabhaas?
Pass.
Okay, passes Debanjan.
Plus.
Oh, this was
Okay.
sciences.
Yeah, this must be that wolf thing, no?
Yeah, so this is called the Colossal
Colossal,
Biosciences.
yeah.
So
Okay.
they're doing a number of projects, including the woolly mammoth. Okay, sorry for that.
Geography 2 then.
Geography 2. Owned by the Paris-based company Gatling, the Samphire Horn Nature Reserve is located at the bottom of the White Cliffs of Dover and was opened to the public in 1997. It was built using 4.9 million cubic meters of chalk marl excavated during the construction of which megastructure? So you see the White Cliffs of Dover and there's something beneath it. So how did they manage to create this?
The channel. Tunnel.
Yeah, perfect answer. So this is all the chalk that they excavated from this channel tunnel. Okay, goes back to Debanjan.
Music too.
Music 2. You'll see an electrical instrument called a singing Tesla coil, which produces musical tones by modulating the spark output. Given that it creates musical lightning, it is also known by two mythologically inspired names, one from the Greek and other from Norse. Punning on the names of two already existing musical instruments, give either one word name, that this instrument is also known by. Again, I'll play a video. Right? So
What is the 8 or 10 thing? I have not understood that, sorry.
So one is 8 and other is 10. I want either letters, basically. Ten seconds.
I'll guess harmonica.
Not harmonica. Aabhaas.
Audimin.
That will fetch you points. So this is theremin plus Thor.
Yeah.
Okay. Right, goes back to Aabhaas.
TN2.
Media and 2. Okay. Which Japanese video game was the reason behind the 1983 Universal City Studios versus Nintendo lawsuit over the use of a two-word trademark name?
Donkey Kong.
It's indeed Donkey Kong. So the lawsuit being with King Kong.
Okay.
Okay, back to
Nice.
Pravin.
Lifestyle 2.
Lifestyle 2. At this year's Cannes closing ceremony red carpet, which fashion house unveiled its first ever sari worn by their first Indian brand ambassador, Alia Bhatt, featuring a plunging blouse, straight skirt, and dupatta-like drape, all wrapped in a mesh jal monogrammed with its iconic logo. So it's the visual, just zoom a bit. Okay. So Wonder Fashion House,
No idea. I'll say Versace.
not Versace. It's to you the one.
Gucci.
Gucci is correct. So she's the first ever Indian brand ambassador. So they engraved the logo. This. Okay, it's your direct again.
Mm, okay. Geography 3.
Hold on, I think it's mine.
Oh,
Oh,
sorry,
my
sorry,
bad.
sorry.
Yeah, no worries.
Yeah, not that it helps, but um, let's do art 3.
Art 3, I think you have a musketeer point here. Right. Painted in 1988, this artwork is titled A Pile of Crowns for Blank, made by a friend to memorialize a fellow artist. It depicts a towering pile of Blank's trademark graffiti style crowns, who is being paid tribute to by the artist of this work. So, this is the visual for you. Silent Bond, who is being paid tribute.
So those black things are a tribute to whom? That's what you want, right?
Yeah, the entire picture basically, like tribute to him.
Basquiat.
Yeah, perfect. And you get your important
Nice.
musketeer point. Okay, so Aabhaas is direct again.
Sports 3. Hello, Sports 3.
Yeah, you're audible. Sports 3. According to the person on the right, Ferenc Puskas used a 4-3-3 formation with rigid fullbacks and attacking wingers. Having played under Puskas at South Melbourne Hellas, he later built on his approach in his own coaching and is known for doing wonders, especially in his second season. Identify the person on the right.
Anja Postaklu.
Okay, that's another musketeer point for you. Crucial one.
The glue.
Who famously wins stuff in his second season. Okay, back to Pravin.
History 3.
History 3. Oh, now it's your turn. Originally formed in 1956 to peacefully protest against the Portuguese rule, the Guinea-Bissau-based political party PAIGC fought for the liberation of which other country? They also governed this island country from their independence between 1975 and 1980.
Cape Verde.
That will make it 3 musketeers in 3 points. Super stuff, guys. So this is indeed Cape Verde. As you can see, it's called Guinea Cabo Verde. Right. Back to the Banjan.
Um, music 3.
Music 3. Let's see. When this legendary hip hop and jazz musician announced in 2010 that he would perform in Tel Aviv, pro-Palestine supporters said that the man who sang for an end to apartheid had now sold out. Aptly, they also asked for his performance not to be aired on TV. Who is being talked about? Five seconds.
No.
Have to push you for an answer.
Type Call Quest.
Okay, not quite. Aabhaas?
Gil Scott.
Uh,
I'd like to prompt you.
Did not.
Okay, I'll Just wait for a better answer and then see. Praveen,
Gil Scott Heron.
that is correct. Sorry, Aabhaas.
Revolution won't be.
Televise got to the right thing. Okay, see your direct again.
Media and entertainment.
Media and entertainment 3.
Oh, wow.
Okay. Which show's sequel is this? Focusing on a new generation of the titular family. The original, which ran in Doordarshan, featured a cameo by a future superstar in what was one of his earliest works. So, visual. So, which show's sequel is this? Ten seconds.
Punch.
Not Punch. Debanjan?
What did Abbas say?
He said Punch, I
I
believe.
said hum punch. I said hum punch.
Yeah, Punch. I have to push you for an answer. Okay, you're passing. Praveen?
That will risk it. I have not watched any of this, but Sarabhai versus Sarabhai, something like that.
Not
No.
Sarabhai versus Sarabhai.
Only
So, this is something called Wagle Ki
Ah,
Duniya.
Wagle. Okay.
So,
right,
it
right.
saw one of the first appearances of Shah Rukh Khan.
Mm.
Right, back to Praveen.
Geography 3.
Geography 3. Also known as the Hub Island, what is the more popular name of the world's smallest inhabited island? Its name hints at the fact that it has sufficient space to accommodate anything or anyone. This is the visual. Right.
What?
10 seconds.
No idea. Free Home Island.
Not Free Home. Okay, Debanjan. Any guesses?
Pass.
Okay, passing. Aabhaas. Okay, you're passing as well. So anyone wants to try non-com?
What is room? I think.
Thinks enough.
Okay, I see. I heard two words
Oh,
basically. So it's called just room
just
enough.
room. Okay. Mm.
Okay, sorry for that. Okay, last 5 questions. Debanjan, back to you.
Movies too.
Movies 2. In this Family Guy scene, Chris walks through an Italian vocational school in a single take shot, getting greeted by everyone along the way. Which gangster film from more than 3 decades ago is being parodied here? I'll again play a video.
I am here for my first day of vocational school.
Right this way.
Well, he walked up to me and he asked me if I wanted to dance. He looked kinda nice and so I said I might take a chance. When he danced, he held me tight, and when he walked me home at night,
This notepad and pencil is from Mr. Tony over there.
and then he kissed me.
Right? So, which gangster film?
Untouchables.
Not The Untouchables. Aabhaas,
Pass.
you're passing. Goes to Praveen.
Pass.
Okay, anyone wants to take a guess?
Casino.
Godfather 3.
No.
Early 90s.
So, this is
Goodfellas.
Goodfellas. It's had this
I
famous
don't remember
one-take
this.
shot in the kitchen.
Mm.
Right. Back to Abbas.
Let's go with science 3.
Science is 3. Which plant genus, first formally described by Carl Linnaeus, is derived from the Malay word for this bird, alluding to the similarities between its feathers and the plant's foliage? So, this is the bird. So, I want which plant genus?
Banana or plantain.
Not quite. Debanjan? Any guesses?
No, pass.
Passing. Pravin?
Casuarina from Cassowary.
Perfect answer there, as explained by him. This
What is
is
the Malay word?
Casuarina.
Cassowary.
Cassowary,
CAS.
the very aggressive bird. Okay.
But
Back to Pravin.
lit 3.
What do you say?
Lit
Lit
literature 3.
3. Yeah. Title Blank Ke Khola Chithi, an open letter to blank. This poem by Bengali poet Mallika Sengupta is addressed to which renowned European, highlighting his famous theory. I'll read the poem, so please bear with me. In man's body, an extra limb, invested with eternal power, Earth's ownership, according to Mr. Blank, for lack of it, woman is inferior. As an underling, she envies man's loyalty. Nature is uncaring, man is uncaring, children are uncaring, only Blank cares for women. Who cares for compassion? Chitrangada, Joan of Arc, Simone de Beauvoir, or Dark Draupadi? So, who was this addressed to? Five seconds.
No, I don't know. I'll say Sartre.
Not Sartre. Debanjan?
Darwin.
Not Darwin. Aabhaas? You're on mute.
Sigmund Freud.
Freud is correct.
Nice.
This is called an open letter to Freud.
Mm.
Okay, 10 and 10. Back to you, Debanjan.
Lifestyle and culture.
Lifestyle and culture. Okay, this is a musketeer point as well, might be very crucial. A decade ago, when news came out that this Japanese brand would be going out of business, many mathematicians and teachers who regularly use their products started hoarding them. Many had loved the experience of using these, saying that it's the densest, it erases the cleanest, and it leaves the nicest line, leading it to becoming somewhat of a fad in these circles. What is being talked about? I need an answer in the format of a brand or a company and a product.
Oh, we need both. Okay. No, I don't have the company. Pass.
Okay, sorry, I have to pass. Aabhaas,
Pass, pass.
you're passing. Pravin?
Pass. Some
Okay,
chalk powder. Chalk. Right.
No, yeah, these are the
yeah,
Chalk.
so this is
What
called the
chalk?
Hagoromo chalk, is the most famous brand.
Koromo. Oh.
Okay, last correct for you, Aabhaas.
Movies 3. I choose
Not many
movies 3.
options. The 2001 autobiographical movie Age Story, a docufiction by Nobuhiro Suwa, tells the story of an attempt to do a remake of a 1950s movie. The 2001 film also stars a French actress in an important role, just like its predecessor. Which French-Japanese co-production was thus attempted to be remade?
Hiroshima Mon Amour.
And we'll finish with the
Nice.
crucial 1 point.
It's story.
Hiroshima Mon Amour. That brings to the end of the set.
Good
Thank you very
game.
much,
Thanks, guys.
folks, for
Good
playing.
game.
Well played.
Thank you,
We'll see
everyone.
you all next week.